Al pals. Welcome to Big Al Presents Films with Friends, the film, the 1994 Kurt Russell and James Spader starring in Stargate. And I'm getting all tongue tied all of a sudden because I changed the direction of it. It's Stargate, 1994, the film that started a franchise that is still going strong today. I was really, really a fan of this film and the franchise. Well, I still am, technically. But I love this film when I first saw it. It's been a while since I have seen it. But we are once again going through the gate. And joining me going through the gate tonight is the lovely Netter of Netters Network with her what were those guns? P something or others that they used in the show? I can't remember. Somebody will know.
Oh no, I'm just in leather.
Yeah, how you doing, Netter? And what you sipping on?
I'm doing great now that the week is finally over and all the ickiness of last week is over. And I am drinking a Waterloo sparkling water called Summer Berry. It's actually pretty good.
Waterloo. Better water, it's for you. No, okay. And also, I have my normal Diet Mountain Dew, of course. And of course, joining me is the ruggedly handsome man with his beret tilted, also everly wonderfully. His last call with Troy Pacelli. I cannot talk tonight. Blah, 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 blah. Troy Pacelli, Cartan the Klingon cleric, the man who is at the end of the bar. How are you doing, sir? And what you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking the same as Netter. I've got the Waterloo Summer Berry, and yeah, I'm doing okay. I apparently cannot type in the chat. I got one comment out, and now every time I try chatting, it's saying error.
It was doing the same with me. I had to do the same chat 3 times before it finally took it.
Yeah, so there's clearly the YouTube problem on top of all the computer problems I'm having too. So let me know how the sound is on your end, if Netter and I are both coming through clearly, and if the movie comes through clearly.
Did it post the link at the top?
Oh yeah, you got the link up there. Good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't know why I don't see it on mine. Maybe.
I see it on my YouTube.
I see it. Yeah, I see it here. It just doesn't pin it at the top on stream.
There you go.
I was just making sure. Yeah, Troy's having a couple tech issues, so I'm running Cosme tonight. So bear with me at the beginning of the film. I'm still kind of new to it. I'm not going to load the film in until we're almost ready to go. But yeah, Stargate. I remember this film. The marketing for the film. Kurt Russell, I was a big fan of. James Spader is kind of, but I like him now. But when I saw it at the movie theater when it came out, big sprawling thing, had mixed reviews at the time. Some people liked it, some people didn't. One guy called it Star Wars meets Ben-Hur. And then I think it was Roger Ebert had a great comment about it. Let me get exactly what he said because it was actually pretty funny. He said the movie Ed Wood about the worst director of all time was made to prepare us for Stargate. Oh, Roger Ebert, tell us how you really feel. But so, you two, what's your history with the film and the franchise in general?
Well, I saw the film in the theater, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So when the series was coming out, I had high hopes for it. I didn't really like the series. I thought the movie was done. I thought the movie was so much better. I thought that they were doing an okay job with the series, but I don't think it did the movie justice. So it's like I watched maybe a handful of episodes and then gave it up.
Wow. How about you, Troy?
I didn't have any strong feelings about it one way or the other, so I never really got into it. But I was a big fan of the movie. I really did like it.
Excuse me.
I really love the series too. I thought that
Mhm.
they it had the right cast, um, and they they tweaked it a little bit, the alien um, version of it, because I don't in this one I don't think they mentioned Gould
Yeah.
at all. So that was all made up, and but there's a backstory because when they show Ra in his
Uh-huh.
previous form,
Uh-huh.
they say he was actually an Asgardian because he
Interesting.
looks like a gray alien. If you know the Asgardians from the series, they look like the gray aliens that we know. We know and love the
Yeah,
little
exactly.
big eyed fellas. But yeah, I love the series. I've met I haven't met anybody from the film, but I've you know when you do the convention circuit, as you guys know, you meet people, and met a lot of them from the series, but not from the film. Uh, but yeah, I remember at the time the film was just a cool concept. Uh, I think it was done by Emmerich and Dean Devlin, the same guys who brought us Godzilla, the American version. So can't fault them for you can't win them all, I guess. But they wanted to do Star Wars meets Lawrence of Arabia kind of thing. Lawrence of Arabia in space, I think is what he said, and I think they pretty much nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really good. Let's see who is joining us in the chat tonight. Lady Mist stopped by. She was first and said hello. Then I said hello to her, and then she said hello back with little roses. We have Connie Cleary in her alternate persona as Joe Weinberg. Well, thank you, Connie Cleary. Netter, of course, saying hi to everybody. And going down. Sir Tortagain, welcome,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you for joining us. Some guy named Last Call with Troy Pacelli.
Yeah, I'm glad I got at least one comment on it.
Hey, you got something in there.
Seriously, like 1 in 15 of my comments is getting through.
See, mine was I did 3, and then the 4th one would go, and now they're fine.
I popped my chat out, so I felt like that might have helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I do not leave YouTube up during these.
Yeah.
It's just old habit from when my computer just couldn't take all that
Right.
stuff. So,
Right.
Continuum Chronicles, CK, welcome, sir. It's good
Now
that
this I think is funny. Continuing Chronicles and Connie Clary are saying hi to each other, and both are saying hi, Cece, because that's the initial
Yeah,
for both
exactly.
of them.
Good point.
I have a CC to CC and CC,
Mm-hmm.
and a BCC to.
I said, see, Ryder. Oh, see what you
Oh,
have done.
hey, Cleary got her name back. That's awesome.
She's
Yeah,
she's splitting. She's able to see stuff on the computer, but she's able to see the chat through her phone. Is what
No,
she's
she's
Awesome.
got 2 phones, Uncle's phone and her phone.
Oh, I have it the
so
other way
one's
around.
chat,
Yeah.
one's not.
Sorry.
And Uncle Joe is my 270th sub. I
Yay.
need 5 more for my trivia contest, people.
There you go.
There you go.
Whatever
But,
it takes.
Deleted scenes popped in there. Just
There you go.
Say something else. I do want to say that a little tongue tied day. Been a weird couple of days for me.
Yeah.
I have as I've shared with many of you, I have been in kind of the pre-colonoscopy phase of my doctor wants me to have a colonoscopy, and I had the thing where you send it in, came back, maybe we should look up there just in case, kind of positive thing, and so I've been kind of trying to do this, but because I'm a large man, i.e. overweight, i.e. fat, I have to go to the hospital to have this done. Just to be sure. They just want to be sure. And what I didn't know is I had to have a cardiac clearance. So I go to a cardiac person yesterday, and I come up with a low voltage reading on my EKG, which I had an EKG in January, which was fine. So because of this, she can't sign off. And I asked her, so does this mean something's wrong with my heart? She's like, not necessarily. It could be just a weird thing because, larger people, sometimes it's harder to get a read or whatever. But because of this, she can't sign off on it. So I have to go to Washington, D.C., which is 2 hours away, to have some kind of imaging. This, of course, all for the honor of having them stick a tube up my butt.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm kind of in the place where it's like, I might let's just chance it, and not worry about it. But take a week to think about it. But it's just freaking annoying, all the stuff. And then my TV didn't work, and I felt stupid because a friend came over, unplugged it, plugged it back in because of some software update. And it just was a bad day, and I just was bleh. So I just had a lot on my mind last few days. I haven't done a review in a couple days. I did that one little twofer, but I've got a couple that might be coming out. I didn't see a lot of. I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't know if I can now. Megalodon, the Frenzy. You heard about this thing?
No.
It's like a sci-fi movie type Saturday night deal. Brand new, starring, and I still say the man is either in financial trouble or he needs an intervention, Eric Roberts.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why he's suddenly doing all these horrible films, but someone needs to check on him because he's making some bad decisions. Yeah, I saw that was a thing yesterday. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I'll be back. So if I'm a little off tonight, I'm sorry. I just had a lot of stuff in my head. I was real tired yesterday because I was bouncing back of the Dan thing. It just wears me out to do that stuff. But I think it's time to go to Abydos and kind of get away from things. And that is the wrong thing. What am I looking for? Oh, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my Cosme, so I can start the movie. Who's in with me in Cosme here? Wow, I didn't even check Cosme. Sorry, guys. Anonymous Tiger or Anonymous Vulture? Crocodile. Two of those I know for sure are Lady Mist because of the little flowers. Lady Seeds, Anonymous Unicorn, who is Troy.
I'm actually not in there. I've got my own copy of it up because I can watch it. I just can't share it.
Yeah. Oh, you still said hi. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And Connie's in there too. So yeah. So bear with me. Let's load this thing up. Give me a minute here. Screen note file. Load a video file. Let me talk my way through this. I think I put one on the front here. Yes, I did. There it is. It might start. I'm going to need to pause it real quick. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm at the 4-second mark, if anybody was wondering. Let's freeze there. You good with me? I got a bunch of numbers and a little star by the 5, if that helps. So,
I'm going to say mine starts off with some guy's name.
Yeah, ours starts right off with Mario Kasser presents.
Really? Oh well, let me get there. Hold on. Let me. Mine has the Studio Canal stuff at the beginning, which is weird because I sent you my version. No, that's right. You have your version.
Yeah. Because my intent was to share the subtitles. I'm really trying to get subtitles for these movies every week, and I'm really struggling.
There we go. Okay, Mario Kasser presents.
Yep.
Which for me is at 18 seconds. So, you ready?
Yep. Ready to go.
Okay, we starting in 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Okay. Carolco Pictures Incorporated. Always like that brand. Roland Emmerich film. Kurt Russell. You know, this is my second Kurt Russell movie today. Tombstone was on earlier. I was watching it.
Just want to make sure that I got.
I love the Stargate music. I don't think it's nearly given the love it deserves. Alexis Cruz. I have met him because he also was in the series. Leon Rippey, who is a great character actor. John Deal, who's pops up in a lot of things. Jaimin, that's Jaimin Hansu, before he was Jaimin Hansu.
There you go.
Jay Davidson, who doesn't do films anymore. He only did like 3 or 4 films. He just wasn't for him. He didn't like the attention he got for Crying Game. He hated his performance in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, CK, it is weird to see French Stewart. French Stewart plays an American who goes to an alien planet, but in Third Rock from the Sun, he plays the alien who comes to America. Circle of life. Oh, this is a good soundtrack. Wish Birdman could talk about it a little bit, because I don't think the guy who does the music for this is really a famous guy, or like not as he works with these guys, but I like how this version actually, I think the theatrical version kind of went out of order. And in this version, they do it in chronological order. So you get to see the rebellion
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
first, and then, Oh, Tom Spiegel. Oh, yeah. David Arnold has done the score for a few 007 movies. Well, I haven't seen a lot of the 007 recent ones. Timestamp. I've got 4:17, and
Yeah.
we just went to a car driving on the Nile.
And I'm about 15, 16 seconds off.
Giza, Egypt, 1928.
You call him Professor Jones. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was thinking it'd be so cool if Sala showed up.
Mm-hmm.
A young Sala.
Right.
Also want to put out into the universe, rest in peace, Bob Barker. True legend.
And Alan Sorkin.
Who?
Eileen Sorkin. Harley Quinn.
She died?
Yep. 67. I know.
Bitch.
I know.
I did not hear about that. I
Yep.
love her. Calliope from Days of Our Lives.
Yes. And America's Funniest People, co-host.
Yeah, she was awesome. That
Yep.
sucks.
It does. It really, really does.
We have lost a lot of people because I'm also a wrestling fan, and we
Mhm.
lost Terry Funk, who's been in some films, like he's been in Roadhouse and what was the other one? I can't quite think of. But we lost a guy named Bray Wyatt,
Hmm.
who was one of the most theatrical wrestlers. He just had this great character,
Yeah.
and he was 38. Died of a heart attack because his heart. He had caught COVID, and it kind of messed with his heart, and he died of a heart attack at 38. He has two young little girls. Ah, so so sad.
It's like, what did you find?
Right.
Share it with the rest of the class. Neat.
Cool. I love the Egyptian aesthetic.
Okay, I have to admit I've never seen this version before in this order. So
Yeah, it is different, and but it, kind of makes sense.
yeah.
Man, you would never think that these kinds of talks would become so contentious.
Well, yeah. But he makes a great point. I'm not talking about who built them. I'm talking about when they were built.
Right.
And in logical thought, you have to go through the process, right? Okay, first we figure out when it was built, then we start looking at who was alive then, what the conditions were, figure out the history.
He's like lost the entire building and has just got one guy. I will say, James Spader makes a great geeky guy who's just kind of into his own head.
I didn't know that. Tom Spiegel says trivia. They originally painted the Stargate black, but when they shot the scene, it looked like a giant tire. I can see that, yeah.
I say the conventions I used to go to up in Hunt Valley, Maryland. They used to put a Stargate up. Of course, when they first did it, now it never looked like the real Stargate, but it came darn close. But the first one was like basically a big wooden circle with stuff painted on it. But they kind of kept improving it. It really, after a while, looked really good.
CK said, I've always been disheartened by how stupid and narrow-minded the supposed intelligent people can be. The important thing to remember about academics and so-called smart people is they are still people. They are still motivated by things like greed and, pride and, jockeying for position. And this is what people need to understand. There is so many people who just bow to authority, and then they start going, well, not only do all these revered intellectuals say this thing, but a lot of them agree, so they must be right. Mm-hmm. That's not how science works, people.
It's like 4 out of 5 dentists say, okay,
Yeah.
I want to know what the 5th dentist thinks.
I know what the 5th dentist said. I actually looked into this. The 5th dentist said you shouldn't chew gum at all. Of course, that does fall in line with the other 4 saying they recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
Yeah.
True.
And the 5th says, yeah, I don't think you should chew it at all. Science has changed on that since then, though. A lot of scientists are starting to come back and say there are benefits to chewing gum as long as it's sugarless.
Like in this one, Jack O'Neill is spelled with 1 L. Whereas on the show, it's spelled with 2.
Oh.
And Richard Dean Anderson made a joke every time, like a lot of times when he'd say, my name is Jack O'Neill. That's 2 L's.
Yeah.
Such a powerful scene
It is. It really, really is.
when you know what he was thinking about.
Yeah. There's also something else coming up that's really powerful, too, that I think a lot of people overlook. I'll point it out when it happens.
He must have been off duty for a while to get his hair that long.
That's exactly what I was getting at. Because later on, you're going to see him with his hair short.
High and tight.
Yep.
Are you sure it was accidental?
No.
The same place that was used for NORAD and
Yep.
War Games.
I was going to say, it's that one was used a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know which facility it is, but I'm 99% certain it's a real facility. It's been completely converted. Don't worry. Why would I worry? I don't care.
Yeah. It's a converged silo. So what?
Yeah.
And the guy behind Jackson, Richard Kind,
Yeah.
also shows up in Atlantis.
Oh, does he?
Mhm.
And she was the little girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, really?
I love this scene coming up.
If anybody
Here.
saw
Oh.
the opening that I did with the little glyphs,
Yeah.
that's actually the home address as
Exactly.
close as I could get it.
I love this.
I like this. Who translated this?
Stargate.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, that particular turn of phrase, you know, doorway to heaven or whatever, that could be a valid way of interpreting it. So let's,
Okay, I
They're
don't
splitting hairs.
like that haircut. It looks too weird. It's like square.
it's a crew cut. It's high
If
and
you look
tight.
more like the
It's-
guy on the left, it would look
He's
better.
an officer. See, and the reason that this stands out to me is after the previous scene, you realize that him being here, he's throwing himself into this. He's got
Yeah.
nothing else, you know?
And if it ends up being a suicide mission,
He's fine with it,
he's
exactly.
okay with that. Yeah.
Well, what's funny is the guy who translated is just kind of like, well, I translated it. And the woman is like, she
Yeah.
knew it was
Yeah,
wrong. That's why she was laughing. Yeah.
CK says he would have made a great Duke in a G.I. Joe movie back in the day. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was thinking, who is that character from Street Fighter? Who wore the fatigues and he had the haircut like that?
Oh,
Guile or something like that?
didn't
Hey, Evelyn.
didn't Jean-Claude Van Damme play him in the film?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Because I know the bad guy's name is Bison.
Right.
Guile. Yeah.
I was
Guile,
right. It was
what?
Guile. Okay. Can I borrow this? Well, at least he asked. And the other thing I was thinking is he's taken the page that is he wasn't actually reading, so it was pretty elegant the way he got it out of his fingers too. Very insightful.
Constellation.
Dun dun dun.
And I do find it funny that he realizes that it's constellations, you know, star locations and whatnot. When his initial thought was, maybe it's cuneiform or something like that, you know. But to his credit, he did realize it wasn't hieroglyphs.
Because usually hieroglyphs are actual, like, recognizable.
Exactly. Yeah. You might not know what they mean, but you at least recognize them as pictographs, right?
I wonder how many people have done a Stargate Battlestar Galactica kind of team up deal with the whole Egyptian aesthetic.
I do kind of feel like there would be a good connection there, you know.
Like a gate that leads to Cobol.
I got some stuff.
Now, the guy playing Major West, didn't he play the drunk cowboy singer on Next Gen? Who had been frozen and the Enterprise found him and the three other people?
Oh, might have been. Yeah.
I'm thinking it is. I'm sorry about that. CK saying in his RPG, the main guy knocked out Indy to use the Stargate in the Golden Age to travel to the Star Wars galaxy.
Oh my
Long-
gosh!
His name is Long Story. Sounds like it.
What device?
Show him.
Yeah.
The music swells.
The Stargate.
Yeah.
Tom Spiegel, he's allowed to be sloppy and unprepared since he's the guy who figured this all out.
Yeah.
It does grant you a little leeway.
If you're the guy who knows the stuff they need and you can just say, screw it and walk away, yeah, they'll give you some latitude. That's right, CK. He has superior intelligence because he's Ultron.
And Kurt Russell's, he's got quite an ego.
Seventh symbol, of course, being their location, this planet.
Yeah, the origin.
It's like when somebody put a quarter in the side and let it spin around and get a prize. Well, how'd they know that's the correct order, though?
It was the order on the big seal.
Right.
This is kind of cool, though, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I remember it's like there was that anticipation. It's like, what's going to happen?
I like Continuing Chronicles because we need the movie to happen. I'm going to need you to get all the way up off my back.
It's like, cool.
I noticed that the pencil in his mouth, they kept the continuity of that because they needed that joke to work.
I like it. They don't waste time. They launch something right in there.
Now we're going to send in a robot.
Yeah, I mean, who's going through? How do we decide who goes through first? Oh, it'll be easy. Barely an inconvenience. We got a robot. Chevrons. There are Canadians about?
Johnny Five's little brother.
Johnny Five's little brother, yeah. Or grandfather. No. This was after that, right? Maybe nephew.
That's one we need to do a rewatch on one day. Short
What's
circuit.
it? Oh, yeah. I love that movie.
And the robot says, "This is bullshit."
Well, I don't know if I'd say most importantly. I mean, the oxygen-nitrogen ratio has to be right. Otherwise, oh, yeah, there's plenty of oxygen. You go through and light a match and kaboom, you blow up the whole planet.
Because if it's like ours, the constellations are going to be different.
Deleted scene says, freeze and enhance. Take a drink. Interesting. Tom Spiegel said that the first Stargate DVD he bought was terrible. The gate sound effect was so loud you couldn't hear Catherine say, "This is as far as we've ever been able to get." Yeah, that's kind of important. I do like the fact that, from an archaeological standpoint, they preserved the placement and everything. They just kept it the way it was.
Okay, what the heck is that?
Armor.
Do you get a little creepy vibe at that?
I guess, unfortunately, because I tend to look at these things from the point of view of storytelling, I see it all as a MacGuffin and foreshadowing, so I overlook. But now that you bring it up, yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that's a little. Thanks for the piece of jewelry there, ma'am.
Let's just make sure we don't throw it into the ocean at the end of the movie, okay?
Yeah. CK was like hated all the movies back to the 90s.
Yeah. In retrospect, they've gotten
But
better.
comparatively, they seem like masterpieces now.
Yeah.
upside, like stuff like Stargate and Independence Day, way more now than you ever did.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, sometimes you look back. There was early in the rewatch session, there was a movie that Neder played that I remember hating
Hmm.
when I first saw it and had never watched it again.
Yeah.
But rewatching it with friends
Yeah.
helped. That movie, battery is not included.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like that movie when I first saw it.
I'm coming to realize that there's a lot of movies that deserve, to be rewatched.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've talked about this many times with like Siskel and Ebert, how sometimes they would revisit films and say, "Yeah, I've changed my mind. I kind of had it wrong." And let's face it, some movies are meant to be watched more than once. You get an initial, a feeling, an idea, but then as you start to ruminate on it, you're like, oh, well, wait a minute, maybe I misinterpreted this, and if you think about it this way,
That's a what they had on the screen there was kind of a creepy way of saying it. Molecular deconstruction.
Yeah.
See, now he's being curious and feeling the entranceway before just blindly walking in. Because he's a scientist.
Although, given all of his, idiosyncratic, behavior and stuff, I would have expected him to go up and touch and go, I don't know how to swim.
I'm also surprised that he's going in last.
Yeah.
Well, he'd go. He would be protected.
Yeah.
But they go through for threat assessment.
Whee!
Here we go. Whee!
Yeah. I mean, it really kind of is like that.
Keep your hands inside the ride.
Yeah.
That would be a cool
Yeah.
kind of Space Mountain-esque kind of
Yeah.
effect to do.
Yeah, exactly. CK was going to do a Bill and Ted joke, but, Bill and Ted, Doctor Who, either way. Tom Spiegel's right. The first time you see what it's like to go through the gate, you kind of have one impression, but then when you kind of see it from James Spader's point of view, you realize it's a completely different ballgame.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just stepping through a portal and you're stepping onto another planet. There's a
this film in the series, like the early part of the series, kind of made not an issue, but they kind of mentioned that going through is kind of weird, but then eventually it just becomes literally, like you said, just walking through.
I'm guessing they probably did that for production reasons.
Yeah, just like, okay, enough of that, just walk through.
It's like in V when they just dropped the aliens' reverberation in their voice. Yeah, you didn't actually go to another planet. You're in Egypt now. But you know what? Even if that was the case, that would still be very impressive technology.
Yeah. Now, if you had a Stargate here and one up at the hospital center, I might think about it.
Right, exactly.
I'll just roll myself in the gate. Just in
Yeah,
case I'm having to be rewatch. Yeah, that'd be
I
cool.
know. I have. I loved V so much. I was just desperate for them to put it out on physical media for the longest time. Replace the VHSs with DVDs. Oh, that looks familiar. Except, for the three moons.
Yeah, I guess we have to make sure that they know they're on an alien planet. But lots of moons in the sky.
But here's a thought. You get to an alien planet and you find pyramids. Okay, we've already established the connection between the Stargate and, ancient Egypt and, archaeology and stuff. But if completely separate from this, in a different story, you go to another planet, you find a pyramid, you don't immediately jump to the assumption, oh, aliens did it here and there. You go, it's a pyramid. It's a simple geometric shape. I'm sure anyone that builds a building is going to start by making pyramids first before they start making, towers and arches.
Why can't they just walk back through the way they came?
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, they have to dial the address.
Yeah, exactly. They're
They
on
have
the
to
other
go-
end of a phone line and they got to call home to get back.
Yeah, because in the series they called it the thing that they developed, the dial home device,
Yeah.
which carried everything they needed.
Oh, we each get a tenth. That's nice. Gotta take your precautions. I kind of understand that.
They always take this precaution.
It's like you're gonna need that thermal blanket.
Yeah.
Well, it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, they're jerks.
Yeah, and see, that's where you turn to him and you say, well, dumbass, all of those books you just threw all over the dunes? Yeah, I'm probably going to need those in order to get us home.
Yeah.
I believe Kowalski is another character that transferred into the series too. Not played by the same actor,
Sure.
but I think he did show up.
Was that a comic book?
He had a lot of books in that case.
Yeah.
because he brought with him what he thought he might need. It's a yucky buffalo.
It's a thing.
Can you imagine like doing a scene and you're like the shot, you screw something up and you have to get rid of the footprints.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Now, the other thing, too, is any intelligent person looks at this and, first thing you think, how dangerous is this thing? Well, it must be domesticated. It's got reins on
Yeah,
it.
it's got
Yeah.
a bridle on it. It's the
Oh,
red-
yeah, I forgot. He
red
knows.
wolf, too.
Ah!
Because you scared it.
All it needs is to play yakety sax now. I don't get the Ted Turner reference, but if you've never eaten buffalo meat, you haven't lived. Buffalo meat is good. It's also not real mozzarella unless you make it from buffalo milk.
Ew.
Ah! Okay, I'm up. You do kind of get the impression that this beast of burden here is like taken to him as a friend.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you were nice. You gave me food. I like you. You okay?
Yeah, that sugar rush.
Oh yeah. Not to mention they scared him. So you're right. This is a good soundtrack.
Oops.
I didn't know that, Sir Tarn. Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know if I've ever had bison.
It's the only thing I can say is it's different from beef. It's similar, but it's different. A little bit leaner, a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know, a little more something.
Like you've had venison, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. So if you think about the difference between beef and venison,
Yeah.
buffalo's kind of somewhere in between.
Oh, okay. Because venison can be very lean.
Yes.
God, I would love to have some deer chili right about now.
They see the symbol.
Yeah.
Like, get down, because this guy could kill us.
He is the one god. He is the sun god. Ra, Ra, Ra. Egyptian cheerleader camp.
Did you say nothing? I didn't say nothing. Hello.
To the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there.
Hello there. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, ah.
I mean, can you imagine, primitive people think you're some sort of a god or an angel or
It's
something
like, God
like
just
that?
shook my hand.
Yeah. And that would probably make me mess myself.
To bringing the God chair.
Should lift him up like the Ewoks lifted up C-3PO.
Yep.
Welcome, Jesse. Yeah, if you want to watch the movie along with us, the link is up above at the top of the chat. This guy's in everything.
Oh, yeah, he is cool. He's in the series as well, too.
Sir Jordan says, I would probably have the same reaction if I met Kurt Russell. Good point. Good point. You gotta be a pretty smooth dude if you can marry a Sakatumi girl.
Well, technically not married.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Yeah, they've never done that.
Whatever. They're effectively married. What are we doing here?
You drinking?
Just keep nodding. Yep.
Fifth Avenue Bar. Hey, it worked with the cow. Why not?
I'm surprised it hasn't melted. It's so hot there.
Is it hot?
No, eat it. Yeah, there we go.
I don't know how hot it is when they,
It's like, dang, this is good.
I have no idea.
Probably good.
Well, this is, he's going to need to hear a bunch of different vocabulary in different circumstances before he can even begin to start deciphering.
yeah.
It's like, how do you know he's inviting us to go with them? Because he's inviting us to go with them?
Kurt Russell got with Goldie Hawn and Seasoned Hubley in their prime. Man wins at life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Who is Mikey Sutton? Deleted scenes. But rest in peace, Mikey Sutton.
No way!
Who's Mikey Sutton?
He's a pop cultural journalist.
That's a lot of peeps.
Yeah, professional journalist. He's like all over the. Wow. Damn! What a week. Isn't he like he's associated with Geekosity, isn't he?
It's like I'm surprised Kurt Russell never came out with an Alien movie after Stargate. He wasn't Soldier, though. I don't know if that counts, but that was a good film.
Where'd
Oh,
you
I-
see it, Steven? I'm not finding anything on the interwebs.
Geekosity, yes. Ooh, a big eye. It's Sauron. It's Mordor.
Wow. Okay, it was just announced, so it hasn't even hit the media yet. Wow.
Sorry, my movie was Chill Out. What was just announced?
Mikey Sutton passed away. Mikey from Geekosity. Mikey Sutton of Geekosity passed away.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Steven said the pop culture minefield gang are devastated. Yeah, I would imagine so. This man.
It's like, we've got to get out. He is not.
What is your major malfunction?
The other thing too is do not waste ammo. It's not like you can get more. What, Mimi? You Mimi?
Billy says, sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
No.
Been a lot of bad news this
We
week,
need
didn't
to-
I?
We need to know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, this is what I was trying to tell you, dumbass. We need to get behind the walls.
I think isn't he? I don't know if I'm remembering it. But it's working off that it's ancient Egyptian. Kind of. More.
Here's the problem. You figure there's probably a link between the languages, right? You know, so Egyptian, you know, an ancient Egyptian and their language probably had a common root, right? But you're talking thousands of years of evolution of that language. Yeah. That's what makes it hard.
It's like us trying to understand someone speaking
I mean, even if you were to try to understand Old English,
Yeah,
you probably
Old
would have a hard time. And that's
Yeah,
not
and that's
thousands of years old.
just
You
a
know?
few hundred.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know how to eat it. Oh, okay.
Tastes like chicken.
I was thinking, oh damn! I said it look. I was thinking it looked kind of like crab meat. He's not going to get the reference. Yeah, okay, I don't know what you're saying, but as long as you're happy. That's actually very clever, yeah. Oh, I forgot. They have a taboo against writing. Okay, so what I just said about their language, take it back. Might not evolve that much if they don't have outside influences and they don't have a written language. You minimize how much that language evolves. I'll go with them.
Sheree. Different actress playing Sheree in this. Actually, the actress that didn't get the part ended up getting the part on the show.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, in other words, ended up having
Ended up having it anyway.
a much longer career path on that character. I smell much better now. I smell like yak. Oh, hey,
Hello.
wait a minute now. I mean, that's very hospitable of you, but maybe let's... No. And now she's feeling rejected.
They're like, he doesn't want me.
Yeah, he thinks that they've offended him. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I don't want her getting in trouble. Yeah, she realizes this is, again, taboo. Daniel, strange name for a god, but okay. Yeah, the Fifth Avenue, the necklace, the lack of language development. There was a lot of continuity in this movie. Yeah.
She's finishing his drawing.
Well, that's another point. How do they recharge batteries?
Hey, if the professor could do it on an island, I'd like to think that some of our boys could figure it out.
That's true. If they could rig up a dynamo, they could probably do it. But you'd think they'd have taken through with them some sort of, photovoltaic,
Yeah.
method or something like that. Or, like nuclear batteries or something like that.
Oh, they got one big one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Let's hook it up to the nuclear thing. Da, da, da.
Yeah. And then the roof caved in. Yeah, exactly. All right, CK. That's fine. You take it easy. We'll catch you on the next stream.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, Jesse's right. There are some things they didn't plan for. They really should have thought through. Time for things to get scary. Yes, absolutely, Tom.
I love the sound effects they're using here.
Oh yeah,
It really
very-
do kind of, they're very off-putting, very eerie.
yeah. So Torrance says, "Wait, is this where they find Zordon and become the Power Rangers?" Yeah. And look, we were talking about this before. Practical effects, I don't care if it's miniatures or what it is,
Right.
And I'm sorry. Yes, we've had some great CG, like the original Jurassic Park stuff like that. But we've had some real crap lately too, and it's like, look, just because you have a hammer doesn't mean everything's a nail. Use the right tool for the right job. Jesse says, back when I was in JROTC, we all had to think things through, especially in summer camp. Yeah, exactly. Because if you don't, I mean, you could end up in a bad situation, right? And you think through the contingencies. What happens if I can't get back? What happens if I have to spend the night between here and where I'm going? How long can I go without, food, water? Where am I going to get more? Stuff like that. It's all about survival.
Anubis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like there was an episode of Gilligan's Island where I think one of the chiefs had a lighter. It's like, I am the keeper of the sacred flame or something like that.
Yeah.
I always love that.
No secrets are going to run out at some point.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't teach the kid to smoke.
I like how he's just like mimicking him.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did that on purpose. He's a dick. He's sitting and waiting.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. It's bad for you. Yeah, you make a good point there, Tom. You're probably right. Oh. Oh, just made the connection. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. That was a jolt to him. You can see every part of him becomes agitated,
Yep.
like, upset at that.
Yep.
But it's kind of nice that he has that um, connection with the kid, though.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
I mean, this is good storytelling, right?
Yeah.
You as the viewer know things that a lot of the individual characters don't, but you get all that connective tissue, to make those to understand. See, and he's now seeing the differences. I mean, I think they do a great job of conveying the excitement he's got to feel right now. As a linguist, and a historian, right?
Yeah, and pieces start coming together.
Yeah, that is exciting stuff. Plus, hey, we're going to be able to communicate with these people once I figure all this out.
And, of course, the most important thing, he knows she has awesome boobs.
Well, okay, good point.
That
is true.
It's like, oh crap, I'm going to die. Don't touch it, dummy.
These guys know what fire is. I mean, come on.
But they've never seen it just in this little thing. It's like,
I get that, but the way he goes to touch the flame, it's like, did you think it was any different from any other fire you've ever seen?
maybe it wasn't fire.
Okay. Oh, they salute him. That's funny. Okay. Let's try it differently. The word dweeb probably doesn't mean anything to younger generations either. Yeah, him. The chicken guy. Oh, I see. That particular one's a little slow. Okay, I get it. Oh, very clever.
Like a dog.
Yeah. Go find him. Either take me to the chicken man or take me to the dark crystal. One way or the other. I know about Ed, and Eddie, but I don't know a lot about it. It's like a cartoon of some kind, right?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
Or the Black Cauldron or Labyrinth. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's your origin story. It does kind of make me wonder, though, how they found this information out to record it here. Yeah, that would be worrisome.
Can't they do like people usually do and cheat and go, okay, let's try symbol 1. That didn't work. Let's try symbol 2. That didn't work. Let's try symbol 3 until they find the right one.
Well, that is the shortcoming of this, right? Because there really should be a nearly infinite number of symbols, but those don't actually appear on the dial, so it doesn't quite work the way they're implying that it does. Actually, Jesse, you're right. That does actually make sense. I was starting to realize that when I saw that that plaque. Why would they have the plaque there? It's part of their resistance movement. They need to know this knowledge in order to fight back.
So what the heck is that thing?
Yeah, shell casings.
Oops.
Yeah, well, oops.
Oh,
Yeah, that had to hurt.
ooh.
That's what you call situational awareness.
Where are we going? Anywhere but here.
The final solution.
And someone take the power cell?
Yeah, someone took his gadget.
Blue eyes crying in the rain.
It's an elevator.
I'm guessing it works on the same technology as the Stargate. That's a good question. Hey, he's not coming down the ramp. Should I shoot him? These are incredible sets. Again, not CG.
There is some impressive costuming in this thing.
When you see that, the physical details, the costumes, the sets, the, model making, practical effects, and you think how much money that must have cost, and to know that it is less than they're spending on movies today. Oh boy. It's a big baboom.
And the scantily clad little young kids were meant to make the audience uneasy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in a world where not enough people are made uneasy by that anymore. Okay, that was a early CG effect. An animation, at least.
Jaimin Hansu.
I am Iron Man. He's not going to shoot the kids. I find it interesting that they use a lot of H&K firearms, which are still expensive to use. Well, as long as you keep Alec Baldwin away from the set.
It's like, okay, we won't kill that one.
It's the Cylons.
Like,
Yeah. Or STD Klingon Bird of Praise.
God, those Klingon ships in the STD are so butt ugly, man.
I know. I
love the Klingon aesthetic. STD,
In Star Trek Online, all those ships are available to you, but you have the option to skin them so that they look more like real Klingon ships.
Yeah.
Honestly, the designers at Star Trek Online they understand the aesthetics way better than anyone that's working on Star Trek these days. George Lucas is going to sue somebody.
Well, George Lucas tried to sue Bud Larson and those guys from Battlestar Galactica days,
Yeah.
but lost.
I
And
mean,
Vipers looked a little too much like X-wing fighters for George.
Yeah, but my defense would be, they also look a lot like jets. I mean,
Yeah.
what's your point? She actually cares what happened to Daniel.
He doesn't know what happened to Daniel.
Evelyn is right. These guys are so dishonorable, using Klingon ships against unarmed civilians. Patah! Pooh!
It's almost like Ra's al Ghul.
Brought him back to life.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, he had a hole in his belly. He doesn't anymore.
He must have been, hit by a lightsaber in a Disney Plus film. Or
Yeah, he was in a
TV
back
show.
to tank.
He spent some time in the back to tank, and he's all better. Daniel Jackson brought back to life count 1. Cats. Yep. You would expect to find cats in an Egyptian setting. He's like, you didn't even bring me food? Human scum.
They're really big on those gauzy curtains, aren't they?
Well, it sets a particular mood, you know. Can't see things clearly until you're right up close. Yeah, and I'm going to defend the military perspective here. You're dealing with aliens that can come to Earth and pretty much wipe us out. Yeah, if you decide you have to, wipe them out. Wipe out their ability to get to Earth.
I go, why you chose humans so easy to repair?
Harness the power of the atom. See, isn't this the epitome of not having remembered, not learning history? Information was lost, and then we went poking around, and now we reap the consequences. Yeah, I gotta get that necklace back. It belongs to somebody else.
You go, girl.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no strong women in any film before 2015.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, was Jennifer Lawrence even born yet when this film came out?
I would just use it on him. You want to
Well,
sacrifice? Okay. You.
get, don't get too ahead yet. All the stuff's gonna fall into place. The lighter.
Like we are ready to defend and attack.
And they brought the guns. Yeah, it's too bad he didn't have better aim.
Yeah.
That's kind of clever, throwing a robe over them. Now it's like we don't know which one was the captives. Of course, that does mean everyone is
Everyone becomes a target. Yeah.
right.
Don't kill the weird big dog cow horsey thing.
Yeah. It's a good thing they shoot like stormtroopers.
Right?
Big Hoth flashbacks. I bet those things felt bad on the inside.
I mean, there. That's a good point. There's no sight on it. You don't see them look down the length of it at all.
Okay, I didn't see who died or fell.
Kurt Russell and James Spader fell off the yak, and they're bringing them into shelter.
Well, you were talking about them aiming, though. If you're used to that weapon, you may just.
Well, sure, yeah.
have a different set of physics that you know where everything is going.
Well, here's where the PTSD comes in. Yeah, I think most of his men would pretty much understand, though. He sure did. Tom Spiegel said the yak animals are called mastages. The best part of the CD score is called Mastages Drag.
Do the Master's Drag. Like, what if we take a big titanium shield and put it inside the Stargate? We'll call it an iris.
Yes, exactly. Do you know if the people that continued the series, if they had any connection to the people that wrote this movie?
I honestly am not sure.
Anyone in the chat know?
I'm sure somewhere there had to be. I mean, there had to be some kind of...
Well, from what you've been telling me, it sounds like there's a lot of references and that they did their homework to know who the characters were in the movie and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because the characters in the movie are the characters on the show for the most part. And the first episode picks up where, kind of like a year later.
Okay, Jesse and Steven are saying no connection. No. That's more impressive to me then. That means it's a whole different group of artists, writers, and whatnot that did their homework, you know? The film was meant to be a trilogy.
Did it, and then improved on some of the concepts. Like I said, the iris concept.
Yeah.
Which, for those who don't know the show, was this shield that they installed so nothing could come through.
Right.
Onto Earth. Even if it was activated from another point, things would just bounce off.
Fancy.
That's a cool looking doodah. Steven says the series took things away from where the films were meant to be. Well, the films were meant to be a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you kind of have to keep, if you're going to do a series, you got to continue telling stories. Otherwise, all you get is 3 movies and you're done. Your hose, dude. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but I get the feeling that his gray matter just got jellified. Tom Spiegel says the second movie was supposed to explore other mythologies, and the third was meant to show all the mythologies are connected. Jesse said, I only seen
And the show kind of did that.
a few episodes of the series and the first episode of Stargate Atlantis. Oh, she is hurt.
Yeah.
She's like, what's this? It's like, oh, that's kind of nice.
yeah, let's close the curtain.
But you talk about the interconnectivity of the mythology. I mean, the show did that. You find out,
yeah.
the Nordic, the even what Asian mythologies, and did they deal with North American, like Indian mythology? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've seen some of SG1. But you find out the system lords, the gold system lords, each kind of had a different mythology, different parts of the earth that they would deal with.
And you're saying that the series then continued to explore these characters here.
Oh yeah,
to find out what happened after this.
Oh yeah, they. Well, I don't want to give away the ending, but
no, yeah, I know how the movie ends.
Well, let's just say 1 year later, they needed to talk to somebody, so they went to go get it.
Gotcha.
But of course, when they got him, he was then played by a different actor.
Yeah, that actually puts things in perspective. Because really, all of those dudes in armor are just other slaves.
Yeah.
You mean we've been held hostage by a bunch of Zoolander wannabes?
Well, we could tell you, but then we'd have to kill you.
Right. How you doing? Bang.
You're wasting your ammo.
That's okay. They're gonna get replacement weapons in just a second. Uh-oh. Run, 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 run.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, you're cut off.
Bye.
Now he's pissed.
This is my boomstick.
Exactly.
Death Gliders. I think that's what they were called. Death Gliders. They had another name in the series eventually, but I always just like the simple Death Glider term.
Cover me. Cover you?
You don't want to end up like his buddy. No.
Yeah.
Pick her up, put her in the regeneration chamber.
Right. Exactly.
Spoilers.
Well, it's. I mean, when it's
I mean, it's
clearly
1994,
broadcast. You know.
I mean, it's only 30. Oh my lord, 30 years ago this film came out.
I mean, and if you think about it, the fact that he got shot and they healed him, you kind of like, why did they do that? Well, you know, they needed the foreshadowing for this. They had to set up the story that, you know, that. Yeah, you don't really have a choice. You have to. Oh, he wasn't expecting someone to be coming down as he was going up. And drop her in the back to tank.
Let's hope that works in less than 7 minutes.
Well, Jesse, I'm sure that they were considering themselves to be like a recon troop.
It's like, fix her.
I mean, there's being prepared and there's, you know, like crazy over-prepared.
And that would be a unique thing. If anyone gets hurt, you stick him in the back of the tank.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If ammo running out.
Actually, that's a great theory, Jesse. He wanted to, for communication purposes, he needed that guy. So yeah, that's probably why he brought him back. He reaches up for the missile and thinking, from hell's heart I stab at thee. For spite's sake, I spit my last breath at thee.
It's like, okay, I'm getting her out of the Bacta tank.
Right, exactly. But see, that's some good technology. You don't want to lose access to that if you can.
Zap his brain too.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Less time than it takes me to cook my burrito in the morning. Which is actually 3 minutes. 2 minutes on one side, flip and another minute.
There you go.
Oh.
Yep. Goon lost his head.
Ooh,
Good.
that is
I love
disgusting.
I love him getting the necklace back just in time. Oh.
Oopsie doodle.
That's a problem.
And honestly, what he ends up doing is what he should have been planning to do from the beginning.
Reinforcements.
Little Lords of Arabia here.
It's like, F you! We gonna beat your butt!
Right? They're all like,
And you can't get all of us!
I swear it sounded like he said, Ricola!
I was like, recon.
Okay,
Yeah,
now start
recon,
beating
yeah.
the snot out of those guys. You're behind them! Jump them!
Yeah. That's ancient Egyptian for I'm gonna kick your ass!
Time to get the heck out of Abydos.
Yeah. That name must come from the TV show, huh?
Oh, Abydos, yeah.
Because I don't remember them naming the planet or anything.
I don't know. Did they? Well, it's called. Well, I will say it's Abydos on Wikipedia, but that could be from the fact that it's become part of the popular culture.
I just remember what they're going to do.
Yeah. They both have the same idea at the same time. It's like, oh. It's like, yeah, it's not even about destroying the Stargates. Destroy the baddie.
Hello. Goodbye.
Oh, he did look like one of the gray aliens.
Uh-huh.
That's a blink and you'll miss it kind of moment.
Whoa.
They always love doing that ring explosion thing.
Praxis?
Praxis, the Death Star and the Special
Yeah.
Edition. Every big explosion has that ring come out. Rest in peace, bitch. Delete
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's what you call a facial.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Right? Well, you gotta return the salute. Hoorah!
That's a half-hearted salute.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
That should be a lot more sharp, like that guy's was.
Exactly. Jesse's saying his only question is would he have, I'm assuming you mean Ra, would he have returned in if there had been a sequel?
For the peace of the kingdom.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, there were other Egyptian gods they could have dealt with.
True.
You got Osiris, Isis, Thoth.
And then James Spader asked the lady if she could do a good Maggie Gyllenhaal impression. Teach her to take shorthand. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Ah, that's a very poignant question.
Give the message. Give back to what's her name. See, I had to remind him.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a whole series coming.
Mm-hmm.
And in fairness, as you guys are pointing out, I guess they were planning on a sequel anyway.
Well, now he's got to find all his books that were in the sand so he
True.
can teach them how to read.
True. Well, he can write. I mean, he's got the basic abilities to teach them anyway.
But with the knowledge in the books, they can learn.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Well, there you go. That was
that is Stargate.
Stargate.
and many more adventures for what would eventually become known as SG-1. And they would find Atlantis and then go.
Man, oh man, very good call there, Big Al. And now, actually, I am kind of thinking maybe I might want to revisit that original Stargate series.
Yeah, I thought it was a very series is awesome. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the series after Richard Dean Anderson left.
Uh
They
huh.
bought it. They bought in Brent Browder from Fargate.
Uh
Farscape. Sorry, that's it.
huh.
I was also
Fargate.
in Fargate because they also bought in Claudia Black, who was also in Farscape, and
Yeah.
so it was kind of a weird
Sure.
little thing there. But yeah, it's it's a really good show. Great adventures. It, some running gags that you can kind of come up with, like, wow, every planet they go to looks like Canada because it's always got the evergreen trees over every place they go. But being filmed in British Columbia and all, or Vancouver, whatever,
Yeah.
up in the Great White North. But yeah, it gets like 10 seasons and a couple of movies, I think.
Wild. Wild. Well, that's success. I mean, that's
Yeah, sound effects guy, I got to give them a lot of credit. There's some good sound in this thing. When
Yeah.
when Ra's ship is coming in, of course the soundtrack is just it's a gorgeous soundtrack. I don't think he gets enough credit when people talk about great film soundtracks.
Mhm.
Of course you always bring up your Goldsmiths and your Williams and Horner and guys like that. This is a solid soundtrack, just top to bottom, complimentary to the film. 10 seasons total, I think it is something like that. But not sure offhand. 10 for SG-1, couple of movies, yeah. Then they had Atlantis for a few years. Stargate Universe was 2 seasons, I think. Um,
10 total for SG-1 and a couple of movies. If I remember correctly, I don't remember how many there were of the other shows. Yeah.
yeah, I know the Universe had 2. Uh, Atlantis, not 100% sure. When I had Cosme up, I'm afraid to like take it down and start looking like on the web because something bad might happen. So I think that got
Well, you don't need Cosme up anymore. I mean, it is over.
well. I am one of those people that likes to do the credits
Oh, that's fair.
because
That's
you
fair.
see, like you have to appreciate a guy like uh, the American Humane Representative on the set done a bang.
Yeah.
I mean, for her to sit through that movie or see that, or it could be a guy, I don't know, and see that go, wow, my name is on a film. That is awesome. That is why I do the Kickstarter for Small Town Monsters to get my name at the end of those documentaries.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
In the last few years, Big Al Severson shows up at the end of all special thanks to the Kickstarter people.
There you go. There you go.
Creature Department, Creature Effects Supervisor, Patrick Patopoulos. Symphonia of London. Is that different than the London Symphony Orchestra?
Hmm.
Also, I did read that the model of the city was like 4 feet. The buildings were like 4 feet tall, and they put it in the sand, and that's kind of what they used to fall.
I think that was all just really, really impressive.
Yeah, like you said, I love practical effects. I think that's one of the problems with some of today's films, especially the superhero films, is too much reliance on CGI.
Yeah.
Everything starts to look plastic, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Filmed on location, Yuma, Arizona, and Long Beach, California. Oh, okay, so that's what it's. I actually didn't know that. Okay, well, that is Stargate. Oh, it's restarting. Yay! Let's, let's take care of that. Okay, I'm getting out of Cosmic. Leave site. Yes, I want to leave the site. Thank you. But that was Stargate. Had a lot of fun with that. Next week, we're going a little foreign, aren't we?
Yes, we'll be watching Cinema Paradiso.
And
Cinema.
hopefully, now you do have a copy that has. Are we going to be reading, or is there a dubbed version?
I will make sure that there are subtitles for it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they're just automatic on there, but we'll double check.
Yep.
I cannot find a version of it with subtitles.
I'll make sure that we get subtitles.
So
for
I'm
you.
going to be relying on Cosby on your end next week.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
so I will have to get my stuff figured out here for this. But I had a lot of problems, partly because I was trying to find the right version and all this kind of stuff. I will get my stuff squared away in the next week. I promise you.
Yeah, we were laughing because the version of Stargate on a lot of the sites is 7 hours long. What it is, it's like the movie and then 5 hours of blank screen.
Wow,
It's just
yeah,
weird.
that
And
was confusing the heck out of me.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I edited it or how I got the two. I forget how I got the copy I got. I might have just edited it. Maybe it's a matter of how big it is on my hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Effect. Well, look at that. How big is this thing? Okay, but it's just worth 700 megabytes, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, so Cinema Paradiso next week. I will say next on Big Al Presents. Of course, this was the last film in my 2-film month of Adventure August. Next month is September. It is Stephen King September. Leading into the October Halloween season, we're going to have the next one in 2 weeks is going to be the anthology film Cat's Eye, and then 2 weeks after that will be Maximum Overdrive, one with the big green goblin truck. So
I love
lot of weird, kind of, and as much as Stephen King has complained about his films, he can't say anything about Maximum Overdrive because he directed that sucker.
Yeah.
So he put his name on it. So there we go. But Cat's Eye is one I really like because I like an anthology film anyway, and there's a few cool stories in this one I kind of like, and it's got some good actors in it.
Yeah.
But of course, before that is next Saturday is Paradiso. But of course, it's a big long week.
There sure is.
Ahead of that, tomorrow, I'm thinking the first thing we really.
Well, actually, I want to give Deleted Scenes an opportunity. I know you've got a stream coming up, like in a little bit, a karaoke stream. I don't have the link for that. Can you drop it for us? Because I know you've got it because it's your stream. Right?
Yeah, so
And
he goes some karaoke on deleted scenes shortly after this. And then, of course, he'll be doing his unscripted. I'm
yep,
assuming unscripted tomorrow night,
tomorrow
8 o'clock at Eastern
tomorrow night,
Standard.
unscripted. That one I got. And of
Uh,
course, the
and then,
geeky. Oh,
then 9 o'clock, Geeky Geezers. I'm sure there's going to be um, a lot of sad rest in peace kind of stories.
absolutely. We've had a lot.
In a
Okay,
rough week.
I will get it and drop it at the end of the week because I gotta finish dropping these other ones and then I'll find your stream for you.
But aside from, of course, the terrible losses, any other preview? Any stories you got?
Yes, there is a movie coming out. I'm forgetting. Oh, there's a movie called Cat Person or something like that. And yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a rant about that one.
Cat Person. Now, is it because it's Cat Person or?
Um, that you'll just have to wait.
Tune in tomorrow. We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I don't want to give away
Geezers
too much.
on Age of Boomers channel tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. That will then lead into
Best way to end the
other
weekend.
side, the other side of midnight on deleted scenes channel at 12:05. Not quite sure who he's got on this week, but I'm sure he'll be letting us all know.
Yep.
He's asked me a couple of times. Quite frankly, I don't get the notice till a couple days later because I was way out, and I don't check my Twitter all the time. That's just or X, whatever they're calling it.
Fair enough.
But Monday, not sure if there's anything. Don't know of anything. Nothing on Tuesday that we're aware of yet. Wednesday, the Birdman.
It's a Birdman sighting.
Birdman sighting. He mentioned today, if all the stars align and he's feeling up to it, he'll be watching along with Agent Boomer and a special guest, also me. I've been invited for a special. Why not do it again? We love the film. Who cares how many times we watch it? Rewatch of Indiana Jones, The Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There you go.
The original, the best. Well, some would say, most would say the best. I think it's the best. So yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, always a good time to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. Hope this happens. Because I would love to watch Raiders again with the Birdman and Age Boomer. It's always a fun time when he does it. The Birdman is in Boston as we speak. Get ready. He's going to a concert tomorrow night. Mary Fall, I guess is her name. And in fact, he just messaged me. Hopefully, it's still on. He's made it to the hotel. Yay! So the Birdman's in his hotel. Awesome.
There you go. Awesome.
That is Wednesday night. I'm not quite sure of the time. Usually he does around 8:30 Eastern. Not quite sure when he said it, but keep an eye out. Hopefully that'll come off.
Yep.
Thursday night.
Thursday on Netters Network. What are we doing on?
We are going to have special guest Tom Conkle,
writer and director of the forthcoming film Island in the Stars. He's launching and announcing it this week, and he will be on Netters Network to talk about that on
Island
Thursday.
in the Stars. I like that title. It's a good title.
Yeah.
So is Rebel Moon, but then I saw the trailer and I'm like, wow, I've seen this movie and 100 other movies that it's ripping off. But that's something else. You know what I mean. If anybody's seen the Rebel Moon trailer, you know what I mean. It's like, wow, that's just like Star Wars. Oh, there's Dune. Oh, there's that one. Oh, that film too. Okay.
Yep.
But that leads us into Friday. Hopefully this week, I'll be joining Professor Geek on Friday night, 7:30 for the next 3 chapters. We didn't get to do it last night Well, we both had rough days. I'm kind of almost glad he didn't.
Mm,
But I was good. I was willing, but he kind of took it
sure.
the other way. So it's still the same chapters four through four, 5, and 6 of Dawn of the Jedi, which is really a cool book. I'm enjoying it. Which of course leads us into the end of the week. And what better time to get drunk? And who better to get drunk with or see get drunk than Last Call with Troy Pacelli, the man at the end of the bar, who always has a song in his heart and a drink in his hand. What's going
Yep.
on this Friday?
It's been a while since I've done a stream about physical media, and with all the announcements out of Disney regarding the release of their Disney Plus series, Loki, Wanda, and 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. I will be discussing that a little bit with special guest Greg from Fanzine. So, I mean, who else do you go to when you're talking about physical media, right? So that is what's going on Friday. And,
Awesome.
And I did just want to shout out that I did drop the link there for Deleted Scenes karaoke stream, which is starting in 1 minute 47 seconds.
Awesome.
Thereabouts.
Well, I better wrap up then, shouldn't I? Which of course then leads us to next week. With Cinema
Yep.
Parodies, though, we're
Yep.
going to be getting cultured on Netter's Network next week.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then of course we got that's is Cat's Eye. So I got 2 months of pseudo horror lined up. So get ready.
Yep.
And then one kind of horror film in November, but that's because it stars Pauly Shore. But that's something else. I'll get to that later. I hope everyone had a great time. I know I sure did. Always great to have you guys joining us. We had a really good crowd tonight. I'm very pleased
Yeah.
with that number sitting up there. It hit double digit, baby.
Right?
Awesome. Right. I hope you left the thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it. But of course, I cannot leave until Netter says.
Well, y'all know what I always say. We can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat and you're dropping your comments and questions and trivia and just being goofy or whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. And you can be anywhere right now and you choose to be here. That is so encouraging. So thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight. And we will definitely see you next time.
Yep.
That's right. And until next time, find something fun to watch. Take care, everybody. God bless.
Night.